I'm Bobby Jindal. The reason I'm running for president is the idea of America is slipping away in front of us. What do I mean by that? $18 trillion of debt. A government that's created a new entitlement program when we can't afford the government we've already got today. A president who's declared war on trans fats and a truce with Iran. A president who loves to criticize America, won't even say the words radical Islamic terrorism. A Supreme Court that thinks they're smarter than God and can redefine marriage. A left that wants to take God out of the public square. The idea of America is slipping away. This is the most important election of our lifetimes. We mustn't let the idea of America slip away. The left wants to redefine the American dream into being the European nightmare. For them, it's all about taxes and regulations and redistribution and government dependence. That is not the American dream. There are a lot of people running for president. If you want somebody who will manage the slow decline of this once great country, vote for them. If you want somebody who can give a great speech, vote for them. If you want a doer, not a talker, then I'm asking you to join our cause. I'm the only candidate that's actually reduced the size of government. We've cut our state budget 26%. It is time for us to have a proven conservative leader. We have a once-in-a-generation, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to rescue the idea of America to apply our conservative principles. Now look, I don't have a famous last name. I don't have a reality TV show. My daddy wasn't president. What I do have is this. I've got the backbone. I've got the bandwidth. I've got the experience to get us through this. I'm asking folks to believe again, join our cause. You can go to bobbyjindal.com to learn more. It is time to rescue the idea of America. You know, if we don't shrink the government economy, we can't grow the American economy. It's as simple as that. We're on a pathway to become the next Greece. At least the left is honest. They call themselves socialists. At least they're honest about it. I'm the only one that has reduced government. We got 8 governors running for president on our side, a bunch of senators. None of them has actually reduced the size of government. I've cut the size of our budget 26%, over 30,000 fewer state bureaucrats, 8 credit upgrades, we're a top 10 state for job creation in my state since I've been governor. We have shown it can be done. In D.C., we need to do 2 things. Structurally, balanced budget amendment, supermajority vote before they can raise any taxes. We also need a supermajority vote before they can grow the government faster than the American economy. We also need to have term limits, part-time Congress, where they actually live under the same rules they apply to the rest of us, so we're growing the American economy, not the government economy. Secondly, this government is doing way too many things. We need to shrink these departments. For example, the EPA. It's one of the worst job killers in the country. We need to shrink the Federal Department of Education. Either block grant those dollars to the states or get rid of these programs. They spend billions of dollars on teacher quality programs as one example that doesn't improve teacher quality. We've got a federal government that's doing too many things it was never intended to do. It's not enough to slow the growth rate of government. We've got to reduce the size of government. Every Republican talks about it. I'm the only one that's actually gotten it done. We've got to get this done. This is one of the most important issues in this election. If we don't shrink the size of government, it's going to swallow us whole. We've got a record number of Americans on food stamps, record low participation rate in the workforce. That tells you everything you need to know about what is wrong with our government today. Look, under President Obama, they think all wisdom lies in D.C. The EPA is one of the worst impediments to creating private sector jobs in our economy. We're in federal court suing the Obama administration over the water rule, where they're trying to regulate water in our backyards. It's hurting farmers and businesses. We're also in court over their clean power rule that is also going to hurt our ability to have good-paying manufacturing jobs in this country. We've gone to court against Arnie Duncan over the Common Core curriculum. The bottom line is the bureaucrats, the unelected bureaucrats, are out of control. We need independent cost-benefit analysis before they can impose regulations. Secondly, any regulation that has a cost to the economy needs to go for an up or down vote in front of Congress. Let's stop giving these unelected bureaucrats the ability to hurt our economy. What we really need to do is to have Congress rein in these agencies. Too often, they're taking powers they were never intended to have and trying to micromanage our economy. In Louisiana, we've had success. We brought $60 billion of projects into our state. These are in the steel industry, in the fertilizer industry, and other industries. These are companies that could easily go abroad. These aren't just big companies. These are small and big companies as well. They could easily go abroad if we don't fix our regulatory environment. So we need to remind Washington, D.C. about the 10th Amendment to the Constitution. As Ronald Reagan said, the federal government didn't create the states. The states created the federal government. Let's rein in these agencies. In Louisiana, we have one of the 5 lowest tax burdens. You look at state and local taxes combined in the country. And I'm proud we've cut taxes. We've also reformed our regulatory environment. 70% of the companies moving into or expanding in Louisiana tell us one of their top 2 concerns is being able to find a skilled worker. Now, we've done several things. We've done a day 1 guarantee saying at our technical and our community colleges, our graduates will be ready to work on the first day. If an employer says they're not ready, we'll retrain them for free. That way employers don't have to invest in costly retraining. Secondly, we do course choice. Even before our kids leave high school, we'll pay for our kids if they want to go get training at courses provided by others. So, for example, employers can get together if they want to teach a welding class, if they want to teach a health class, if they want to teach a technology class. We'll actually pay for that. The dollars follow the students. That way the kids can connect their education or their work pathways, but also employers have confidence that students will leave secondary school, leave high school with the skills they will need to one day enter the workforce. We've also done a Jump Start program where when we design our high school curriculum, we work with local employers and regional work councils to make sure we're teaching our students the most latest technologies, methods, and what they need to learn, what they need to know to be active participants in the economy, to be productive in this new world, in this new economy. Bottom line is we're working with our employers in Louisiana to provide those skilled workers. I think the states and the countries that get this right are going to have the best economies moving forward. One of the things we've also done, we've invested $750 million growing, expanding in our community and technical colleges and our universities in terms of facilities. I'm not for the federal government. I know that Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders want to make college free for everybody. I'm not sure why they want to stop there. Why not buy everybody a house and a car while we're at it? I mean, we can't afford the government we've got, and they want to keep spending money we don't have. But one of the things I do think we need to do at the state level is to remind students if they want to go to a 4-year school, that's great. Not every student needs to go to a 4-year college. Some kids may want to go get a technical or a community college degree or start there. There are a lot of good paying jobs for kids that get technical training. We need to encourage kids to follow their dreams, their ambitions, wherever it takes them. That includes 4-year schools, community colleges, technical schools as well. We need to repeal and replace all of Obamacare. I know it's fashionable for some Republicans to say, well, we can't really get rid of this new entitlement program or universal coverage. That's a mistake. We don't need to be cheap Democrats. We don't need to be a second liberal party. We don't need to be for Obamacare light. I'm actually the first candidate that offered a detailed, comprehensive plan to get rid of Obamacare. And you can go to bobbyjindal.com to learn more. It does 3 things. 1, it lowers costs for families, whether they're getting their health care through their employers or on their own. It helps businesses and families by actually lowering health care costs, cracks down on frivolous lawsuits, provides a standard tax deduction, does voluntary purchasing pools so folks can pool their purchasing power, allows the cross-state purchase of insurance, expands access to health savings and medical savings accounts. Secondly, we provide targeted help to those that truly need help buying their health care, those with pre-existing conditions or other challenges. We give money to the states to help them do that. Third, we put patients and their doctors back in charge. What we mustn't do is fall in this liberal trap thinking the only answer is to create a new government program. Obamacare was sold to the American people based on lies. They told us they would decrease premiums, increase quality. That didn't happen. Instead, it's simply putting government bureaucrats between doctors and their patients. My plan lowers costs, one estimate by $5,000 for the average family. It repeals all of Obamacare, repeals all of the tax increases. We need to do this to increase freedom in health care. We also need to do this to help businesses that want to expand and hire. In Louisiana, in Iowa, across the country, what we're hearing from employers, one of the biggest obstacles to their growth, to hiring new employees, are the rules, regulations, and Obamacare.